Okay, so this is Discover Flint Township. I'm Tracy Tucker. I am the Economic Enhancement Director for Flint Township and the DDA Director. We also have two CIAs, which are Corridor Improvement Authorities. I'm also the director of those. But what we're here to talk about today is how we had to rethink how we did events in our area after COVID happened. I know it happened with everybody, obviously, the whole world, right? What happened for us was we had done events which were in large venues, bringing many, many people together. And we decided that wasn't going to work. Not with COVID during 2020, and certainly not when people were just starting to come out again and wanted to social distance. So in 2021, we came up with our bunny trail where we have businesses throughout the community our stop. And so the goal is to get the participants over a 2-week period to go into different businesses throughout the community. What I mentioned in the title was you don't have a downtown area, right? Neither do I. We have a large business district, but it's scattered over the 27 square miles that we have here in the township. We had, like I said, 42 businesses that participated, and they went all from the northernmost point to the southernmost point in our community. We basically got with the businesses, they were all struggling, especially the small businesses, and we asked them to provide a basket for kids, $25 value, no big deal. If they wanted to do more, they could. They could do more than one basket if they wanted to. And we felt that wasn't a heavy lift for them, right? So almost all of the ones that we went to were super excited. We had a few that were like, oh, how's this gonna work out? But they really got into it the first year. The second year, it grew a little more, and it keeps growing, right? So the first year when we did it, we learned a few things, right? You get parents to participate more if there's something for them to do too, right? So the second year we started having Facebook posts to hashtag 2023 Bunny Trail, right? And by posting a picture on there, the adults could register for a $100 gift certificate at the participating business of their choice. So this was another incentive for the businesses to be a part of it and to really push people, being active in it, because we bought the gift certificate from them through our sponsors of the event. So they could make $100 on a gift certificate. They also had all the traffic that came in from the kids, and it just bloomed from there, right? So basically, a lot of the things we were looking at without having a downtown, like I know a lot of you do, I don't, is that we have a lot of national chains. That makes it difficult too, because a lot of the national chains, when it comes to spending money, the managers don't have all that much leeway to do stuff. This was an event that national chains could get involved with too, because their only expense was the $25 basket. And a lot of them made the basket out of things they had in their store, or they went out and bought it, but $25 was something they could do on their own as a miscellaneous expense. So that made it really easy for them to get involved, but it also made it easy for the small businesses to get involved, the family-owned businesses. We have sponsors that sponsor our major prizes, which is what the kids that go into each business to apply, or well, I guess I shouldn't say apply, but fill out an entry. They would fill out an entry at each business. More places they enter at, the more prizes they can win. because they can only win the basket at the store if they sign up at the store. And then what happens is they go into a overall drawing, which we had, I believe this year we had 19 bikes, we had 24 baskets, we had 10 large stuffed animals, and then we had hoverboards. I mean, we just had a ton of prizes. And I think 10 of the bikes were given away just for this, and then we added an event at the end that was a big get together. And basically, one of the things we learned the first couple years that we did this was distributing the prizes became a nightmare, because we would allow them 3 or 4 days to come and pick them up, and then we'd have to draw new names. And I had one bike that sat here for almost 6 months. It was just beyond ridiculous. So what we decided was that we would still do one big get-together event if we could find a venue, and we would use that basically as our pickup. If nobody shows up, hey, that's okay. We're not going to sweat it. But we decided to do that, and we have a mall here, Genesee Valley Center, and they stepped up to the plate. They let us use one of the storefronts they had to actually do a window dressing of what we were doing, the event that was going on. We had lots of adults that had stopped and taken their picture and posted it to Facebook, trying to win that $100 gift certificate. And then what they did is allowed us to use the store itself for an Easter egg hunt. Well, that was great. And what we did was, before the hunt started, we had an hour where if you hadn't picked up the bike already, you could come in and pick up the bike and then stay for the Easter egg hunt if you wanted, right? And then we drew what we did for the bikes that were given away at the Easter egg hunt was we put a box in front of each bike and let the kids pick which box they wanted to try to win. That way we kind of separated out the sizing, because we had everything from tricycles, pedal cars, up to 12-year-old 10 speeds and that kind of stuff. So we ended up with, once we got everything decorated, I did a post the night before, and I guess I should go back to how we work this through our office. I'm basically a one-man show here, or one-woman show, whatever you want to say it. And I do have a board member who is our chairman of community events. She does help go around, get sponsors, that type of thing. We have a few volunteers, maybe 3 or 4. So for a big event like this, we do ask our sponsors if they'll, provide some people to come help with the event. Basically, we try to set them up to where we need as few people as possible. We just had the baskets out for the kid. We just needed somebody passing out the tickets to the kids. We needed somebody drawing the names and doing the announcing. And then we needed somebody letting kids into the rooms where the eggs were at. So, and it took us about 3 days to set up the building. So that was really nice that we had an indoor structure to do the bunny Easter egg hunt. So the whole thing is, we have tons of businesses here, but not everybody gets involved, right? And in the past, we've had sponsors that might send one person. So we've really had to make sure that whatever we set up is not high intensity with trying to have people there, and that we have to have 20, 30 volunteers. So we did this. We did contact one of our sponsors, Walmart, stepped up to the plate, and they sent over water to give away. They had a bunch of giveaways for the kids, and they donated some more prizes that we had. But the biggest thing was they had 6 people that they brought with them. So the night before the egg hunt, Mind you, the bunny trail's all done at this point, and the bunny trail itself lasted 2 weeks. We had 42, we call them bunny sats, and we had 1,256 bunny trail entries. And when we did the advertising for the bunny trail, all we had done this year was social media. And then I bought $1,000 worth of media on a local TV station, and that was it. We wanted to see what doing an event with just social media would do. Because in the past we had done radio, we had done remotes, we had done all these things. And while the businesses liked having the remotes and stuff, it's quite costly. So we wanted to see if we had to put it on with that cost, what exactly would it cost us to do this? Well, we decided to do that, but then one of our sponsors decided, you know what, I'm going to pay for your radio ads. So that's going to be our sponsorship of this. So I'm like, well, okay, if you're going to do that, I'm more than happy, right? So they did end up paying for some radio. But what we found, what was funny, we do have a Facebook page. And the day before the event for the Easter egg hunt, we had just posted, looking for an indoor event, come on out to the mall. And we took a picture of the window that we had decorated with the bikes and, eggs and all that stuff, and posted it. It went crazy. It reached over 45,000 people. There were 7,300 people engaged in it. That means they clicked on it. There were 454 reactions, there were 540 shares, and there were 335 comments. So at this point, I'm freaking out because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, do I have enough things for these kids? We had about 10,000, 12,000 eggs this year. And I'm like, do I have enough volunteers? Do I have enough room? Because if all these people show up, then we've got a problem. Because while you want to have a lot of people show up, if you have too many and you're not prepared for it, this can cause madness. And then you get a bad name because you've had an event that turned out bad, right? So we sat here and I worried about it. And then I decided, you know what, I gotta stop worrying about it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I did forewarn everybody that was gonna be there. I keep in contact with our police, fire department, let them all know, hey, this kind of went crazy. We're not sure what's gonna go on. We ended up with about 800 people show up. We had planned on 200 to 400. It was fine. Luckily, what we had done was we had scattered the times for the age groups. So the ones with younger kids came early, the ones with older kids came later. So it really worked out very well. But like I said, we try to do as much on social media as we can. We try to do as much on radio, is usually cheaper. It happened that I had gotten the TV ad. I had gotten a really good deal on that, and that was why we tried it. But overall, the biggest takeaway was that our businesses liked it. It was a great way, again, for us to get national chains, small, independently owned restaurants. I have a comic book store that nobody even knew was there until we started doing these. So we've moved on to doing this also at Christmas time. We do an elf hunt. And it's the same type of thing. Basically, what we do is we take elves to each store and kids take their picture with the elf and they post it online. What we found by doing the posting online thing with the hashtag is that we get more exposure because they have to do it to public. All of their friends see it. and so we get it and we repost it on ours, so it gets posted on ours, so everybody, so you get all these people seeing all these things. It just stacks one on top of the other, and you end up with more people. It's like that old Breck shampoo commercial. I told one person, they told one person, and it's like they told two people, and that type of thing, and it just keeps going and going. That's kind of how this was. And we think it's really starting to work now. We've built a lot of followers on our Flint Township events page for Facebook. And so we're trying to build up enough following to where we don't have to pay for the outside sourcing for media if we don't need to. One of the things we've gotten started asking of the participants, meaning the stops along the bunny map. Oh, that's the other thing we do. We do an interactive map on just Google Maps that anybody can go on there. They can find our bunny trail or our elf hunt trail. If you go to Discover Flint Township Bunny Trail, you'll see we leave them up there because we have found that people keep visiting these maps, which is amazing to me, but they do. We had one, I looked in 2022, and we'd had like 3,000 hits at the time that the trail was going on. And when I looked at it, just to look and see what was there, see what I could reuse and what I couldn't when I did the 2023 map, it was up to 6,000 visitors. And I'm thinking, that's crazy, but that's great. That means they're going on there and seeing what these people did. We put a picture of the basket that they put up as a prize, so people can see what they're going there to try to win. So that's been helpful. And it's real simple to do because I can just put in their address. It pulls it up. It pulls up all their information for you. All you need them to do is send you the picture, and you can just post the picture into it. Real simple to use. If anybody ever has any questions on that, I use it all the time. I find it's easier to do on my desktop sometimes than it is on the phone, but sometimes I've had to do it on the phone and it's worked okay, but usually on your desktop is better. Then we try to limit how much we're doing for mailings and paperwork and all that stuff. We do everything email. We used to go out and actually physically go to the stops to ask them if they want to be a part of it. We've stopped doing that. Although what I have found that if I go the week of the event when I'm trying to get everything out, I have certain people that just assume that we're going to know that they're part of it. So I do have a few that I have to call and say, hey, are you gonna be in it this year? And so usually they'll give us a good answer, and they'll be like, well, yeah, we were just waiting for you to bring the signs and to bring the box. And what's nice is all the boxes are reusable. All I have to really print out for the event is the new faces for the boxes. That's it. And I'll sometimes print out maps to have out there, so it's very minimal cost in printing. We made the signs. Don't put dates on your signs because then you can't reuse the signs, and the signs are probably your costliest item. So if you can get away with it without having the dates on the sign, and they just put out the sign saying this is a bunny stop, that's all you do. And we just tell people, look for a bunny stop sign, look for a bunny stop sign, look for a bunny stop sign. And we just tell our places that if you aren't open, take the sign down. If it's just overnight, that's fine. But if you're going to be closed for 2 or 3 days in a row, take the sign down so people aren't trying to get in. Other than that, we tell them just leave it up during the 2 weeks and you're good. And I think I covered everything. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to tell you about. It's just a good way to do an event when you don't have a big park, which we don't. We have a park, but we have no parking at the park enough to do a big event. We've tried to do it before, but you're also dependent on the weather. If you don't have a big venue to do stuff, The bunny trail is a great way to get your businesses. You don't have to do the end event that we do. It's nice to have some little thing to have people come to pick up their prizes, but you could do that just as a prize pickup day and just have, these are the hours, and at the end of that hour, we're giving the bike away to somebody else. And the whole reason we did it before the bunny, for the Easter egg hunt, was because then we just gave it to a kid that won there. So if a kid's name got drawn for that same size bike, we let them have choice of what bikes were there, and then we drew another name in that same size, and that kid got the other bike. So we were able to get rid of them. I didn't have to drag anything back home from that event other than what we had, that we use every year. So that was it. I think I got everything. I'm sure everybody will let me know if there's a problem, but I think I covered everything. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, my name's Tracy Tucker, and my email address is real simple. It's ttucker@flinttownship.org. And you're more than welcome to call me at my office. My office phone is 810-600-3234. And I think that's everything. Discover Flint Township with us. And, we have our logo, and the way we always ended our radio show when we were doing it was stay safe, stay healthy, shop local, buy local, and discover Flint Township. We'll catch you later.